Good evening or good morning. Hello. Oh, the sun is shining. I have to put a little bit less light here. Disciplined Trader, hello there. Good morning. Money Promoter, oh my god, let's go. Welcome back. Trick Biscuit, what up? Farhad, good morning. Green, hello. Just my style, I like the name. Full port out the gate. All right, let's do this. Yannick, what's up? Hey, welcome everybody. I need to do something about the lights because it's the sun is just like super bright. Oh, definitely, definitely. Trick Biscuit, now that you guys are here, it's gonna be a blast. Let me just I have to change the lights here just a second. All right, let's do something different here. All right, it's gonna be better now. Gonna be better. Good morning. Hit the like button. All right, let's start the show. Let's start the show because this is just a show after all. So, oh. Anyway, seems like during the Asia session we reached 631. Look at that. So technically we can almost call it an Asia high, right? Technically, not really, but I mean really. Let's look at the 1 hour chart first. Oh wow, okay, we still have some buy side liquidity up there. I do have a feeling that it wants to go. I mean, that buy side liquidity, I think that 20,045, this was something about Trump, not sure. Oh yeah, this was Trump here. So this is a Trump candle. I'm gonna call this Trump candle. April 2nd. All right. What else do we have? And this is the 631 is going to be our Asia high. Okay. All right. Let's look at the downside. This would be the Asia low for me. For you, it can be different. It's up to you what you choose. For me, I'm gonna go with this as possible Asia low. Yeah, 496 after Asia market open. That's quite perfect for me. Okay, let's look for order blocks. Nothing on the 5 minute. Nothing on the 15. All right. On the 1 hour, still nothing. All right, cool. Nothing. Nothing special so far in terms of order blocks. Let's do something else. There's an order block down there. That's not valid. That's not valid. 15 minutes. Nothing. No. Technically, this is an order block. Opening up this candle is 79.75. 79.75. That would be a 15-minute bullish order block. All right, 15-minute bullish order block. We're gonna put it there. Oh no. Okay. And that's it. That is it. Nothing else. We have Asia low. All right. Other levels here. Tamimi, good morning. Hello. Maybe there is one level here. It's not a valid one. It's not a perfect order block. I don't really like it. Dilzik, hey, welcome back. In the house. Okay. Okay. Nothing on the 1 minute. I'm just watching this. I don't know why. Nothing on the one. Let's look at gold real quick. There's nothing happening there. Anyway, quick look on gold, just out of curiosity. You know, always good to read the charts. Nothing happening on NQ, by the way. What, you know, we can do whatever, but it's just nothing happening on NQ right now. So I'm just gonna quickly look at gold. Okay. Okay. Nothing. Well, we have an order block from yesterday AM session. That could be a possible sell side liquidity for gold. And that's it. Yeah. That is all we can see. On the 1 minute, not much. All right, nothing on gold. I checked it. Nothing. Jay, what up? And you're being manipulated down to short again? So Asia low we go. I'm looking for candle formations. Naomi, hello Naomi. Good morning. Do we want to jump in? Is the real question. All right, the super magical indicators from the future are telling us nothing. Don't know. Yeah. Big short seller trying to push it down. Okay. Okay. Let him do that, or her. Oh, man. Waiting to Asia low to being long. Yeah, me too. By the way, me too. Same thing that I'm waiting for here. I'm waiting for the following scenario. I'm gonna outline this for you guys. Going down, do some kind of a shift, and then go up there. So this is what I'm looking for. This is scenario A. Scenario B would be the opposite, obviously. But the good thing is that we already swept liquidity here and maybe here. So if we see a nice displacement to the upside, I might take it from here, you know. Swept some liquidity. I'm not sure if that's enough, but this is what I'm looking for. And I would say this would be scenario B, and scenario C would be, you guessed it right, when you go up there, do something crazy and then go down. And I would take a short. This is scenario C, basically. Just my style saying looks like a bear trap. I mean, yeah. Let's look at these candles. That bullish candle engulfing the previous candle on the 1 minute. So we have a bullish engulfing candle on the 1 minute here, which seems like it's gonna be broken. So if somebody entered long here, that's the stop being hit. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Still have time. Let's look for like fair value gaps here. I know you guys love fair value gaps, just like I do. All right, so the midsection. Look at how price got rejected at the midpoint, right there. So price got rejected at the midpoint of this fair value gap. Now this will be significant later, that level, I think. Marco, good morning. Hello, hello. Good to see you back. So that level could be significant later. And as for this fair value gap, I'm just drawing this out to see how price was reacting to the gap. Wow, look at that. Look at that. This 5 minute gap here, midsection. Let me zoom this in. Look at how many times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like, even if these candles, like, how much time was it? From 120. Yeah, almost like 35, 40 minutes. Finally traded below, turning into resistance right now, this gap. And if that keeps continuing, Ollie, good morning, hello. Then here's the next target, you know. Look at how the 1 minute actually reacting to the mid level of the gap, the 5 minute gap there. This is, I went down to the 1 minute chart. Obviously, there is no entry here. I'm just watching how price is reacting to these levels. So it bounced off quite a few times, finally made it through. And now, until this moment, until this minute, it was technically using it as resistance. Now price is trying to push back up there. Swept another liquidity. I mean, this was the latest one, right? So liquidity sweep happened again. Not too much has been taken out from that level, but interesting. Interesting. We still have this gap and we have Asia low. So one gap in between the current price and Asia low. What does that tell us? Not much, right? Correct, because there's nothing. Like 40 something points is not a big distance for NQ. NQ can do it in a matter of a minute, or even less, a few seconds if it wants to. Anyway, on the 1 minute it looks ugly, just like at the 5 minute. So we can talk about it, and I can repeat myself over and over. There's just nothing to do here. Ron, good morning. Good morning, Ron. So nothing to do on NQ. It's just a waiting game, sitting on the sidelines and waiting. Middle of the range, nothing to do. Exactly. Yeah, I mean, for me too. I mean, there's just nothing. If I really want to force this, I don't want to force this. There's just nothing. Nothing. Exactly, Ron. Need a big sweep. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Jay. So, currently, I don't see anything that I would go with. Let's just wait. Looks like it might want to sweep that 55. We'll see. Exactly, Ron. Oh, yeah. Definitely. Definitely. Short at 600 at the fair value gap. Yeah, yeah. So, as we talked about this, price got, it was a clean rejection from that area. What does that tell us, right? And by the way, before we go further, there's a 5-minute bearish order block here. So that makes the whole situation interesting. Right there, the opening of this candle is, let me see, open price 604.75 on the micro. So that's a 5-minute bearish order block, okay? Or supply area. I like, by the way, I know I speak in order blocks, but it's supply. That's a supply area. So you can call it whatever you want, basically. The thing is that there is something there. Right there. And interestingly, just above or in line with this gap, almost in line with the gap. But you know what? If there's going to be a nice displacement higher, maybe I should just take it. Interesting. Started with ICT. Could you maybe explain why the order block, what the order block does? I know where and how to find them, but what is the purpose of them? Well, I can explain to you. the way I understand order blocks, and I will explain to you right now, but I must state that the way I understand order blocks could be a little bit different than the way ICT explains it. Or if you type in YouTube like order blocks, you will find hundreds of videos, everybody explaining it a little bit differently, by the way. Order blocks, in my understanding and according to my research, and I could be wrong, but the purpose is the same. Order blocks are basically supply and demand zones. Okay, let that sink in. Order blocks are supply and demand zones. ICT would be shouting at me right now and laughing at me like crazy, but and this goes against 100%, because ICT says supply and demand zone is bullshit, and I'm not debating with him. I did my research, and I do like the supply and demand theory as well, because I think that's basically order block. So the purpose of these order blocks, and the way that they are called, or the reason that they are called blocks, because at these areas, for example here, short orders are taking place. So like bigger players, hedge funds, institutions, whatever, or it could be like individuals, but most likely institutional players, piling up lots of orders, taking liquidity as much as they can. So it needs to be some kind of a liquidity sweep, for example here. And so piling up a lot of orders and sell the market down. It has to be with some kind of a structure shift. Now the purpose of this is basically to obviously to shift structure, pick up liquidity in certain areas, for example here, or deliver liquidity from one pocket to another pocket right there. But the best order blocks or supply or demand zones are usually coming with these criteria: picking up orders, like sweeping here, that's the purpose, sweeping the orders there and delivering them a little bit lower, like there, into this gap, in my understanding. It doesn't necessarily have to be a gap. It could be any kind of significant level, a swing high, swing low, whatever, you know. It can be a point of control area, or you know, it doesn't necessarily have to be. But the thing is, it's shifting structure like it did here, and that's it. So the purpose is basically a bunch of orders congested into blocks, and when everything has been swept, just a strong move to the downside. So we need some kind of a strong move, like here. And obviously we have the criteria for the order. Now this is also supply and demand, basically. So I know the ICT cult members would be throwing garbage at me, but you know, this is the way I understand it. And the moment I got to understand it this way, it got easier for me actually to go with it. So it's that's why I said in advance that this is the way I understand it. You don't have to see it this way, but I do like it this way. It sounds weird, I know, but I do like to understand this way. And also, one more thing that is, I think, important. These levels, and this is why I outlined this area, these levels usually serve as very, very good targets for price delivery. So right now, let me zoom out a little bit. Right now, if we're going lower and delivering price to wherever, you know, sweeping orders, if the price would, or the direction would change or shift to being bullish, then I would say from down here, this the neckline of the order block, which is 604.75, So order block, what I meant to say, would be a great target. So why? Because, and I know it sounds stupid, and there are some videos about it online, but on YouTube, but there are some, could be some leftovers here in the order block and stop orders above the order block, which means that I always say this, you guys heard me say this 1,000 times when I say order blocks meant to be broken, right? Order blocks meant to be broken sooner or later. So if the job has been done down here and this market decides to shift back to the upside here, then the best low-hanging fruit target would be the neckline of the order block, because it can still, you know, repel price to some lower levels. So that's why the low-hanging fruit would be the neckline. Sooner or later it will go up there and try to break that level, this level, the high of the order block. And so this is basically how I trade. I just outlined what am I looking for. Like 70% of the time, this is what I'm looking for. I just technically showed it because I speak about this all the time. This is what I'm looking for, like 70-80% of the time. I need an order block, a valid order block. This is a perfect one. This is a real beautiful one here. And if, and that's a very big if price and the market starts to shift, then there you go. You have the drawn liquidity. You have it. You know it. That's drawn liquidity. Low hanging fruit is neckline of the order block. Neckline is the open of the first candle that's pushing here as bullish candle. So that would be, I don't care about the wick in this manner. I care about the body of the candle. And that would be the low hanging fruit. And that's it. I just explained in theory of what I'm looking for when I trade. Because this is the thing I'm looking for. What is happening here? Yeah, exactly. That's what I do as well. So for example, the neckline is 604.75 on this order block. If I would be sitting in a long position, my TP would be like a few points earlier, just to make sure, you know, because there could be institutional players, could be and also yeah, exactly, 599. Why? And it's a very good idea. The 600 is a nice whole round number, and the market before reaching these levels likes to go a little bit sideways, like almost at 600 but not really. And you know, maybe before reaching 600 it can just go down, you know, take out everybody at 550, and maybe later after the session it will go up there. So if you really want the lowest low hanging fruit and you have a good entry, for example down here, you can put your safe TP just below 600. In this example, if there's a whole number just at the neckline, you can put it a little bit lower. So yeah, in this example, I would put my TP to 599. That's actually a good idea. If I would be entering somewhere down there at the 520s, 30s, I would be exiting at 599. Yeah, just to make sure. Exactly. So they start to consolidate just before reaching that level. And then to screw everybody up, they're just going to send everybody lower. Like, let's sweep some more. Let's sweep some more. And then, you know, accumulation, manipulation, distribution. And that's it. Power of 3, engaging here just before reaching the target, manipulating everybody, sweeping the orders, and then boom, just going up there. So, yeah, if you're sitting in a long position from down here, early TP is the best thing that you can do. Maybe even lower, 97, 98, you know. 590, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Let's get this off here. I'm gonna leave that. And let's see what's happening. Oh, you wasn't awake. So, if I look to the downside, this short seller is really annoying. Yeah, I guess so. So for example here, the 15-minute chart, I just switched to the 15. This is a not too perfect order block. Not a beautiful one, but it does fits the criteria technically. So we have a market structure shift. We are sweeping liquidity here from this fair value gap, right? So liquidity sweep is happening right there. Market structure shift, bearish candles pushing down there, creating a nice swing low. Bullish candles shifting structure, even up there. So basically, it's not the perfect one, but it does fit the criteria. So we do have a neckline of a 15-minute order block down here. Now the 15-minute is a higher time frame than 5-minute, right? So that would make this area a little bit stronger than this. And we arrive to the final question, what should we do? So where should we go for? Should we target the 15-minute order block lower, or should we wait for the other one up there, the 5-minute? And we arrive to the same conclusion. We could just trade with a coin toss. 8:30 here as well. 8:30 in my time. Same time zone. Same time zone for me as well. It seems like slowly shifting up there, right? Where could we go from here? 5 minutes, 5 minutes. I mean, maybe it wants to go higher, who knows? Anyway, I was just looking at it. Bottom right there, revisit fair value gap, 8th at 580. Maybe. Need to go about 55.25. We'll see. We'll see. We shall see. The problem is, for example, with the 1-minute chart, And I know I take a lot of trades. Against, I'm saying I try to go for the 5 minute, but if you're trading on the 1 minute chart, you really have to be dialed in, locked into the chart, and really focus, because especially in London session, if you miss like 5 or 10 points on the chart, you could be in trouble in terms of missing out some good moves, because it has to be like a surgical entry. For example, let me show you a possible entry. Okay, this is what I was just eyeballing, and you will see what I mean. So liquidity sweep, okay? Sweep happened right there. Market structure shift multiple times. So you can choose multiple entries if you want to. Market structure shift here. This is the 1 minute chart, and that's why I'm saying you really have to be locked in. One market structure shift, but we shifted here as well multiple times here. We shifted here. Okay, so multiple market structure shift happened, and here as well. So multiple. I'm not gonna put everything here, but you know what I mean. So this was just a 1 minute. Liquidity sweep happened. Multiple market structure shift, and look at what is happening here. Look at this. Fair value gap. Very tiny and small fair value gap. I know it's a tiny one, that's why I didn't care about it. Fair value gap, fair value gap. Now let's say you decide to enter here at the second fair value gap, right here on this candle. Put your stop below the swing low. You're aiming for 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio. And boom, here's your trade based on the 1 minute. And what is this? This is a classic ICT 2022 setup right there. And the 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio is almost there. It's gonna take it out because it's a flat candle at there's a flat candle at 62.75. So look at that. And this is all it takes. Liquidity sweep, maybe not the best or the perfect thing here, but and you could be sweating at this point, I know, but it's still valid. This was a valid trade, which I didn't take, but this was still a valid trade. From 41 to a stop loss, 10 point stop, 20 point TP in London. This is all you need. This is all you need. And it's gonna take 62.75. So if you guys want to feel the FOMO, here it is. Here is the FOMO. What I was trying to say with this is obviously we can look everything, all the time frames, everything. These setups are happening. And I know it sounds crazy, but the ICT 2022 entry model, which is only the entry model, you still have to be, you have to know the market structure or what are you looking for, etc., etc. But it's everywhere. You can see this everywhere. Every market, by the way. You can see this everywhere. Okay. I think I said what I wanted to say. That's it. That's it. Should be going higher, by the way. Still, yeah, there you go. A little bit. Not too much. Just a little bit. Come on. Just push it higher. Just push it higher. I'm not in a position, by the way. But still. Exciting, right? How exciting is this? And there you go. Almost at it. 62.75 was the TP for that trade. Isham, good morning. Oh, it didn't go there yet. It should, though. Oh, it could go down to pick up some liquidity. So the only problem with this is that the only thing it did is just repriced the 5-minute fair value gap here in this area, and that's why I don't like it. Chaz, good morning. Appreciate the knowledge, Tom. Oh, thank you. But I don't know anything. I'm just floating here, you know. Been loving using liquidity sweep MSS. Nice. Oh, awesome. Much more profitable, dude. I mean, thank you for saying that. I'm still not, like, you know, there's a long way on the journey for me as well, and it's just a long road ahead. But I'm happy I could help. I thank you. Thank you for the kind words there. It really feels good to read this. Thank you. I'm just reading out loud what I think, and obviously I think ICT would be laughing his ass off at me, especially when I talk about supply and demand areas. But that's why I said this is my own personal perspective, the way I see these levels. And guess what? That's how I reached multiple payouts in multiple prop firms. Now, obviously, I'm not that many hundreds of thousands of dollars, but hey, slow grind, and that's how I utilize these levels or the fair value gaps. But you know, I'm happy if I could help. We should be pushing through 62.50. Not that I'm in a trade again, I'm just saying, there you go. So 1 to 2 risk to reward just happened here. So you could have taken either of these, this tiny little small one or this one. It's up to you. Actually, yeah, but this one was the better one. You could be at 2R right now. And now switching back to the 5-minute, what do we see? I love that when I read that on Twitter, people are putting this out. What do you see? What do you see? Now, this is what I see. A bullish market structure shift on the 5-minute. Liquidity sweep down there, mostly from the 5-minute fair value gap, which is not a strong liquidity level. If I put a fib tool here, optimal trade entry would be still inside of the fair value gap here. So we can do two things here, and this could be a lower probability trade. We can wait for price to come back into this gap. For example, where was the middle? I have to put this back. It's not going to be super accurate, but I'm just going to eyeball it. So I'm just going to put, let's measure the risk from the midsection and targeting that 598. You know, why not? Risk to reward ratio, I think we can go with like, okay, I mean that's a little bit too much, but depends what we target. So we can just target the high of that swing. All right, why not put a limit order at 550.75? You know, we only live once. 550.75. All right, that's what I'm trying to decide here. Funded futures. I'm gonna put that on Funded Futures account. Okay, so I have put a limit buy order at 550.75. Okay, let's see what happens. Oh, I just got logged out here. Okay, so 550.75. And the only issue I'm having with this is that if it comes back down here, like, how much time do we have until London Open? Yeah, so London Open is close. And I'm just not sure. What if London Open wants to push this lower to this fair value gap and Asia low? We are in the middle of nowhere, and this fair value gap, I'm not sure if this was enough. Anyway, I'm gonna leave that limit order there. Oops. For now. If this would break away, then I'm gonna be just deleting that. All right, it's pushing higher. So the limit entry is not all that much good now. Now the question is, and I'm honestly confused. Now the macro is starting at 45 or at 50, like 10 minutes or 15 minutes before the hour. That's the confusion I'm having right now. Okay, my entry point is at the same level, actually. Actually, I might gonna put it to 51. I'm modifying it to 551. All right. Limit order is still at, I mean, it's at 551. Almost tagged into the trade. This is it. No stop loss yet. No stop loss yet. This is the 1 minute on Quant Hour, but the idea is coming from the 5 minute chart. There's a small order block here, or demand zone, starting at 46. It might go down and try to break that. But my limit order is still stands, and if I lose it, I'm fine. I'm okay. Everything's cool. If it starts to continue to the downside, okay, I just get tagged in to the trade. And here comes the decision where to put the stop, right? I think it should be at 31. 30. Yeah, I'm gonna put the stop to 31.25. And I'm gonna be aiming for 97. Now, as I said, I could be offside. Yeah, that's the problem. The 1 minute doesn't look good, to be honest. Let me switch this to the 5 minute to have a better view. Okay, so this is the 5 minute. Let me delete. This is Quant Hour. Okay, so if we continue lower, then if we continue lower, then we have to go down to that 519 area. That's it. London Open will tell us what. I have a bad feeling about this. I don't want to speak the devil, but really, not sure. Batista, hello, good morning. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. By the way, with MyFundedFutures, the new starter account, I mean the original starter account, they changed some stuff. This 1 day pass right now with MyFundedFutures is 1 day pass, 5% off if you use my code 1 day pass. And what else do we have? 50% off resets, I think, but I have to check it. I was surprised that they're doing this. All right, let me log in. So yeah, no daily loss limit on the 50k starter plan right now. Yeah, pass in 1 day, no activation fee, 40% consistency, and 1 day pass. So I said that. So no daily loss limit on the starter accounts right now. Just saying. If you want to go big on the evals. And 20% off, not 50, sorry, 20% off on resets. Yeah, my stop order could be the best point to enter, especially if we want to scalp down to 519. The low is 19.25, so that's why. And this is just creating an inversion. I might close it and maybe try to focus on the lower gap right there. Ever seen funded 50K starter with daily loss limit? Oh yeah. So right, investments, just saying that the new promo is that if you get new accounts now, the starter plan, the 50K starter, has no daily loss limit and 1 day pass. And 5% off if you use my code, which is not much, I know, but you can get it for $92. That's the deal right now. That's the deal right now. And resets are 20% off with the same code. If you use my code for resets, it's gonna give you 20% off. Take Profit Trader still has the no fee promo, which is cool. Hey Beanie Player, what up? Good to see you. Tried out from the Futures Network, didn't know it was rhythmic. Oh, it's rhythmic. It's rhythmic, yeah. But you can connect Quantower, Ninja Trader, you know, or ETS. So, not the end of the world. Don't worry about it. Nothing crazy. I kind of feel like that this just wants to go lower to the other gap on the downside. I'm kind of thinking to close my trade here. Yeah, with a small loss. But we'll see. The problem is that we're trading below this gap on the 5 minute. So I don't like that. I really don't like it. I'll let you guys know if I close it. I'm thinking of it, to be honest. Feel like this one just wants to go down to the 30s now. At least I'm looking the candles, the way the candles are printing, and it looks like on the 1 minute chart. I'm watching it on Quantower. It looks like it's super heavy. Wants to drop down to the 30s. London Open will tell us, but which is in about 1 minute and 45 seconds. Yo, Shenanigan, what up? Did you hear about the updated? Yeah, I heard about it. 3 payouts and people moved to live account. It's not mandatory movement to live account, by the way, and I did read that. And some people were panicking on Twitter. I see that. I think it's unnecessary to panic about this. So it gives Bulenox basically a bit of a heads up or advanced like space to do whatever they want, because I mean it's not saying that it's necessarily going to happen. Like, they have the right to keep you on. They just the risk department is going to decide if they're going to move you to a live account or not. So it's not like a stone written thing, in my understanding, as far as I checked it. So obviously they are managing their risk. They're watching their traders and they're seeing the numbers, income, expenses, stuff like that. If they see someone taking the fourth payout or whatever on the same account or ready for the fourth payout, they might be putting that trader to a live account, yes, but you know, it depends. It depends on that individual. Actually, I'm gonna be curious how it's gonna happen. So I do have a Bulenox account that is almost ready for the third payout. So I'm gonna be curious what happens after that. Okay, we have the London Open here. I don't know. It feels a little bit weird that it might want to go lower. I'm not sure. We'll see. All right, nothing fancy for now. I guess it could be squeezing the longs to the downside. Tapped into that inversion gap right now on the 5 minute. Don't know what's the deal here. But kind of an interesting scenario, that's for sure. Okay. So far, so good. Let's see this 5 minute gap. Mm-hmm. 50 minute is basically like nothing special. The swing low of this move is at, what's the low of this candle? Is 32.25 on the micro. I'm not sure about the mini. On the mini, it's 31.75. It does look like it might want to reject to the downside a little bit. I closed my position. I decided to close it. I just had to. Small loss, it's okay. But I had to. It just, it didn't feel right. And as you can see, we're going down. So that's why the thing on the 1 minute, so the entry was based on the 5 minute, but the movement was a little bit slopey down here. And I was hoping for something good in the London Open, but it's just not happening. And so I think we might gonna target. I'm gonna sit on the sidelines for now and wait for another reaction, maybe on this 5-minute gap down there. Yeah, it's okay. So waiting for a reaction a little bit lower. Look at that. Oh man, indecision, right? Let's look at the mini. The mini didn't go down there. Okay, there was a liquidity unbalanced price range. There is one up there as well. And technically the 5-minute is still valid, but it's super scary. Yeah, the short seller is determined. Look at the 5. Now we created a doji here. Indecision at the open. Players don't know what to do. If you go to the mini, you will see on the 1 minute there is a bigger gap here, like unbalanced price range, a little bit higher, which is not super significant, but up close candles can be expected above 555. And technically the 5-minute is still a valid trade, by the way. It didn't take out the swing low. Not yet, at least. So technically it's still valid. All right, I re-entered once more, but that's a secret. Okay. Don't tell anyone, and I'm not telling you guys. Okay. Don't tell anyone. I second doubted myself. Yeah, I re-entered. How about Bulenox live account? How about it? I don't know anything special right now. I mean, we did read the new master account update agreement on the website. There's nothing out of the extraordinary there. This is what all the prop firms are going to be. We talked about this, by the way. There will be no exceptions. All the prop firms are going to do this. All the prop firms. Top Step is doing it. MyFundedFutures is doing it. Take Profit Trader is doing it, but they're having a bit of a room to trade for traders for now. Everybody's doing it. So here's my re-entry. Looking for that order block. One day pass. One day pass is no. Isham. The thing is that Bulenox added a new section to their master account agreement, which is saying like there is going to be a cap on payouts on the accounts, on the simulated funded accounts. So, for example, the 50K account are going to have a $5,000 withdrawal cap. It's not going to be forced. At least that's what I've heard. It's not going to be forced. They might let you to take out more. Who knows? But, oh my God. Adams Wong. Just subscribe. Thank you for joining the channel. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. So, the thing is, they have the right to push you into a live account after $5,000 withdrawal, right? And that's it. So they can still let you to trade if they decide to continue to trade on a simulated funded account once you took out more than $5,000. It's up to them to decide their risk, but they might gonna put you to a live account. Now the thing is, which is a little bit of a negative thing, is that they're doing the same thing like TopStep does, as much as I know about this at TopStep, is that once you moved into a live account, you cannot trade the rest of your simulated funded account. So it's going to be narrowed down to one single live account, and that is what you can trade. Until then, your other simulated funded accounts are going to be in a pending mode, like in dormant or whatever. So you can return to trade to those accounts if you blow up your live account or whatever. I don't know the details, but you can only trade one single account, just like TopStep is going to do it, or it does already. You cannot if you're trading on, that's what they told me. Maybe you guys know it better. As much as I've heard, you can trade one live account. I mean, if you trade one live account, you cannot trade the other XFA accounts. Now, something similar is in the making at Bulenox. Basically, that's it. So, I know what you don't is here. 83 incoming. Please say, I know what you don't. I want you to say 96.75 is coming. So it's not definite that will be trade. It's, yeah, shenanigan. I was reading left and right, and I'm gonna send email to support, and I was reading some chat here and there and gathering information. It seems like that it's not like definite, as you say, that you're gonna be moved to a live account, but it will be interesting. I have an account which is ready for the third payout, so I'm gonna be curious how it's gonna happen. But in Germany, you're not even allowed to trade live accounts. Okay. Can reject live account. I don't want to pay live market. I guess you can, but they might go into you know, force you somehow not to trade or not to continue to trade. Once you got the maximum payout per account, you might just gonna have to stop. That's what this is just a guess. This is just what I'm guessing. So, how much is the amount you can bring with you? I didn't understand that as well, JP. It wasn't clear to me as well. It's not specified. So I do have to look into that. You're welcome. Yes, it is 613. Thank you. I know what you don't. When I know what you don't is saying those targets, then I'm relieved, actually. So, guys, that guy's from the future. I know what you don't. It's from. I'm no joke. He is. So when he says 613, I'm okay. 600 is okay to me. I can trade my own, but not others. Interesting. But the account should be under your name, Ron. I think they're requiring you to open a live account under your name. For example, with TRADEIFY or Rhythmic, or I don't know. I have no idea where, but not Rhythmic because it's a platform. But, you know, TRADEIFY, or I don't know which brokerage they're using or partnering up with. TLA, hello, good morning. Most likely a slight risk off. Could be TLA trader, could be. It's definitely an interesting morning, interesting London Open for sure. We do have an order block up there. We talked about this earlier in the stream. The order block starting somewhere around 605. I would take early profit at 596 before consolidation. So you're long from 40. Nice. Yeah, it is not my capital. I need a license from the German and SEC, which is, yeah, the Buffin. Yeah. Need to be careful to trade money from out. Oh, really? But that's the thing, Ron. Like, as much as I heard, so like TopStep, correct me if someone is trading with TopStep Live, let us know. As much as I've been told, I mean, this is just an example from TopStep. I don't know how it's going to be with Bulenox or whatever, but they are forcing you to open up a brokerage account under your name, but somehow still being connected with TopStep or something. I'm not sure, but you have to sign with your own name. You have to pay the data. You have to sign everything under your name, and so it should be under your name. So no license required, for example, in this case. I don't know. $600 order market makers are gay. All right. F TopStep and go another profit. Yeah. I'm just saying. I'm just saying that the doors are closing. I think the doors are closing, and prop firms are going into this direction. Why? Is because I think there's a lot of bad actors in this business, and obviously the prop firms are bleeding out money here and there. And I guess they realized that the most of the money they are making is definitely with the evaluations, right? Because let's face it, we fail a lot of evaluations time to time. I do, lots of other traders do. That's their main business model. So once somebody is profitable and getting payouts here and there, they have no more obligation to nourish that trader, right? So when TopStep is telling you, like, I love when Michael Patek is saying, like, yeah, you are welcome to the big league. Now you're with the big boys, and then we take care of you and everything. They don't give a F about you. They don't give a flying F about you. I'm sorry. I don't want to hurt anybody's feeling, but TopStep is a great company, and this is a different thing. I'm not saying that they're not good. They're awesome. TopStep is super awesome. But they don't give a flying F about their profitable traders. Actually, they are hurting them. Their most profitable traders are a huge liability and a huge bleeding point to TopStep. So they don't give a flying F about their best traders. So when they say on the TopStep TV that, welcome to the big boys, now you're with the VIP traders, you're one of the best, we want you to be here with us, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. That's BS. That's straight bullshit. Just saying. I always smile at it, like when Michael Patek is saying, like, yeah, we want to raise those professional traders because we are building this community. Bullshit. They want to make money on combine accounts. That's the business model. So, and it's not just with TopStep. So as soon as they put you to a live account, that's basically risk off for them. Risk off. So they're just getting rid of you as a risk. Let's get rid of this person because he's taking payouts from our pocket. So let's push him to a live account and send him a copy-paste email that, welcome to the big league. Keep on jabbing. You're cool. You're one of the best traders out there. Let me hug you. Fly to Chicago. Let me give you a hug. Please come to our studio. You're such a nice guy or gal. Please come here. We love you. They don't care about you. All right. Wake up. Okay. Wake up. They do not care how good of a trader you are. They want to get rid of risk. Okay. Let that sink in. That's what I did this outburst here. All right. Moving on. Don't need TopStep in the first place, just straight. Well, obviously, prop firms are a good vehicle to channel money into a live account. And don't forget, with the live accounts, there is one huge advantage, actually, too. You can still have the leverage, so you can you have the benefits under the umbrella of a prop firm that you can trade with a good leverage, and it's better tax. Actually, for my country, if I take payouts under the umbrella, even from a live account, under the umbrella of a prop firm, it has a better tax advantage. But anyway, Kitty. Hey, hello. It was Alec. Nice trade. Glad to look. Good to see you. Oh yeah, the market is progressing. Stream is progressing. I just want their 10%. Yeah, they want their 10% cut, so exactly. Whose money in the live account? It would be basically your money. I mean, their money, but put under your name. As much as I understand, it's been put under your name, but I don't know. It would be awesome to have someone confirm this. Like, the account should be under your name, right? Anyway. We are reacting here at midnight open. I'm holding. Okay, let's go. Just learned trading prop live accounts in Germany. If you got the license, you have to tax it on your own normal income, which is, oh yeah. Oh wow. 45. Yeah, huge difference there. Huge difference. Give me 600. I'm fine with 96.7. I'm just curious if it wants to break higher. Anyway. Do they consider still a contractor in the that is the big Hawk. That is the big question. That's why if somebody is trading with TopStep Live or any other prop firm on a live account, please let us know. What does the contract saying? Are you, because for tax benefits, if you are a contractor, that is better for tax benefits in my country, for example. If I trade as a contractor for a prop firm, if I trade it under my own name and not as a contractor, that is, I guess it's worse. Higher tax, whatever. I'm not sure. We are not rejecting from the fair value gap. You TP around 590. Let's see. I'm going to extend that 5-minute gap earlier. Now, price rejected, I mean, the market rejected price here, as we talked about this. We do have the 5-minute order block or supply area to the left. Might be a good idea to TP. Right, there was the 92.50. Should I do that? You know what? I might going to slightly modify my TP. I'm gonna go with the midpoint of the fair value gap, 92.50, and that's it. Just to be safe, because, you know. Yeah, 92.50. Because if it's gonna be a rejection, I would love to see it tap into that 92.50 on the micro. Okay. We'll see. And the prop firm copied the live account. Yeah, but also, like, Elite Trader, like, think about it. A prop firm copying somebody's live account is also a huge risk. That's also a risk for them, because even a good trader, even a professional trader, can have a losing streak or go on full tilt. Lots of videos about it and such. So even a pro trader can go on a full tilt. And so that can cause problems, especially if they're copying it for big accounts. Like, for example, not now, but quite a few weeks ago, Patrick Wieland was talking about that he was saying something, and I guess he has more insider information, especially from TopStep. He was saying something like he said it's bullshit that TopStep is making money from copy trading. He said something like TopStep is not even making a fraction of a money from copy trading than making from failed combines and activation fees. So they're not really, you know, looking to copy trade. That's what I got from that comment there. And I guess he had more inside information, but that's what Patrick Whelan said, that TopStep is making only a fraction of a penny from copy trading. I don't know if it's true or not, but Kitty is saying it's not worth it to make it live accounts with any platform. Personally, I think the best is to make as much as possible with payouts. Yeah, could be the goal. Could be the goal. Yeah, I mean, as I said, if you use it to channel out more and more money to your live account and trade with that, that's also a good goal. 87 is yesterday's value high. Uh-oh. Well, it's too late for that now. Let's see what happens. Woodmoon, good to see you here. Yeah, so the only downside of trading your, for example, by the way, and it's not about that. I'm just saying, if you're trading your live money on your personal account, real money account, now you have to look back on your trading journey and you know, have to summarize how many accounts you've blown up, how much money you spent on evaluations and activation fees. So what's your profitability, right? What are the chances if you put like $2,000 or $3,000 even into a futures trading account to blow that? You know, what are the chances? Because that could be like, I don't know. And TP hit. Nice. All right. I love when the plan pays and plays out. At least I made this on funded accounts. Yeah, Hawk. That's also, yeah. Everyone's risking your own money if they just matter risk management. Prop firms has so many rules. Yeah. And why would I want to go live when you're also trading your own money? That's true. The question is, like, if you decide not to go to a live account or actually withdraw as much as you can, you know, how do prop firms are going to take that? Because if more and more people are going to do, like, they're going to take out thousands of dollars here and there and maybe tens of thousands, I don't know, and close the account or just withdraw the profits and blow up the accounts. For example, let's just stay with the example, like Bulenox says they're gonna do a payout cap at $5,000. Okay, you make 3 withdrawals, or actually 4, because $1,500 is the max on a 50K account. So let's say you withdraw 3 times $1,500. That's $4,500. And then you decide to intentionally blow up the account. You blow up the account, you start a new funded account, obviously with a quick evaluation. Start with a new funded account and continue to grind again from square one. How many times can you do that? How many times? That's a good question, right? Before they're gonna see this as a risk, and they just might gonna ban these people, right? I don't know. That's also a question. I've ruled to share profit 9/10. So if you are live and trading your own money, why would you want to share? Yeah, Kitty. So we were talking about this, and maybe there's 2 benefits I see continuing to trade the live account at a prop firm. Tax benefits, and that's why I'm asking how is the new contract is going to get signed. Tax benefits, and the second is leverage. From what I've heard on Discord and here and there, if you, for example, at TopStep, if you go to a live account, you can still, you know, use some sort of a bigger leverage than if you would just put $2,000 or $3,000 to a personal live account. And if you still continue as a contractor under the umbrella of a prop firm, that it's a little bit lower tax, I think. So that is why this is not confirmed. I'm just guessing here. I need to find this out. I know what you don't. Predicting the market. You are limited to withdraw 5,000 5 times, so a max 25k, and they call you up to live. That's good. And that's actually a good thing. 300 to 400 day in my live account and copy trade into my funded accounts from my. Let's go, Bowser. That's good. This is the other one of her also almost got stopped out earlier, came back. Nice. Let's go, Tim. Limits very much your options. There was almost the same. I see that. I see that. This prop firm trading business is just, as I said, doors are closing, rules are coming, and Michael Patek keeps saying, like, don't worry, we just want the best traders out there. But in reality, like, it's all for their benefits. Not to mention that self-regulating thing that they want to pull off. Like Michael Patek was coming out with this self-regulation for futures. Like, he wants to establish an office, a bureau, or some kind of, I don't know, hand to hand with other prop firms to self-regulate the prop firm business. Now, is it a good idea to put a prop firm CEOs to regulate the prop firm business? Imagine that. We are putting prop firm CEOs to regulate the prop firm industry. Oh man. I guess we didn't see anything yet. So it's lower tax to trade your own live account and prop firm. You are considered as independent contractor, thus you pay higher. In my country, it's the opposite. In Hungary, if I pay tax after being a contractor, it's less. If I pay on my personal, if I trade on my personal live account, the tax is higher. At least that's what my accountant told me. If I trade on my live account, it's gonna be high. It's gonna be like, I have a small company, by the way, but anyway, that's different. A small company, but it's gonna be higher, is what I've been told. Yeah, that's bullshit, right? I was trying to survey its user to see how much experience they had and if they traded right. Yeah, sent me a nasty XFA. Forget about it. Give that information willingly. I guess many people, by many of these firms. Futures of our future. Really? I'm gonna check that. Thank you, Nate. Yeah, so Michael Patek, he wants to be the front runner of this self-regulating authority or something. I don't even know. Yeah, exactly, Kitty. So, and by the way, like, for example, everybody knows JadeCap took $2.5 million from Apex, right? Now, that is not going to happen again. Mark my words, it's 2025, the 29th of April. That was the last time Apex paid this amount of money to a trader. Trust me. You can point me. Actually, I want you guys to point me a few months later or next year. They're not going to pay out 2.5 million again because they see that their own rules are stupid. I'm sorry. I like Apex. I have no issue with them. But they are also going to do the same thing like other prop firms. They're going to cap these traders. So no, they're just gonna move them to a live account. That's what they're gonna do, and that's it. They're not gonna let somebody having 20 accounts and on a simulated environment and pile up hundreds of thousands of dollars. No, they are going to obviously monitor their best traders, and they're just gonna put them to a live account, one single live account, and do what you want. It's up to you. So, but they're not going to pay money from their simulated environment. This amount of money to one single individual in one payout. That's not going to happen anymore. JadeCap was the last example because JadeCap has one of the biggest following on social media, and he's obviously a big shot, ICT student, etc. And hats off, because I think he's an awesome trader. But that's it. Apex cannot let this kind of error come into their business again, so they're not gonna let it happen again. I'm 100% sure, 100 million% sure. This was the last time they did that. So, and also they needed some kind of a marketing stunt, so it came in handy for them to pay out this kind of big money in a way. You got her because you're trading your own money, trading for other. Yeah, I might gonna talk again with the accountant. See if Top Step removes this consistent rule of the 5 2 times become that. Yeah, let's see how that goes. I hope they do. Also, being able to pay. Yeah, it's good marketing. That's what I'm saying. I think they actually see that. I think they were preparing weeks ago for that payout. And I think they saw it as a good marketing strategy. They're not going to pay out anyone again with this kind of money in one payout. No way. Yeah, there was another guy who was waiting 26 days with no email, no response from support. And that's actually a negative thing, because 6 YouTubers picked up that guy, and that's when Apex finally replied to the emails. And it cost 26 days and 6 YouTubers to put it out there on social media while Apex replied to that. It's not good. It's not gonna happen again. Not with this amount of money. Yeah, he got paid. Yeah. Exactly. So they paid out like 5 million, more than 5. No, not retroactive changes. No, nothing like that. Apex is going to do business well in the future, I think. But they're going to cap the payouts, in short words. That's what I think. And not just me. I was having talks on Discord and everywhere in the background. I think Apex is just going to cap the payouts. That's it. What most prop firms are doing, putting a cap on payouts. Sustainability, long-term sustainability, putting a cap on the payouts. Pushing the best traders to a live account. That's the thing that they can get rid of these problems. That was a huge loss for Apex. These two payouts, like 2.5 million for JadeCap, and that other guy Monbeer, also 2.4 million or something, like $5 million payout for Apex. I mean, they're making millions of dollars, but trust me, this amount of money, it hit their pockets real hard. It really did hit their pockets real hard. Obviously they're still making money, but this was a real hit for them. So they're not gonna let it happen again. You know why? Because if I would be the CEO of Apex, I wouldn't let it happen again. I'm sorry to say this, but if you're looking at it as a business perspective, if I would be the CEO of Apex, I wouldn't let this happen again. So I would be very disappointed to let this happen again. So payout caps are coming. Moving to live. Nothing wrong with that. Imagine not having a response. You're sitting in $2.4 million in payouts, and the Apex is not responding to you for 26 days. And you're sitting at 2.4 million, I think, or 2.5 was it? 2.4. I'm not sure. Maybe I don't know. So you got rug pulled. Profit trade. Yeah, man. Don't tell me. Oh my god. I'm still frustrated by that situation. More power that they give credit for. Well, I'm not saying power, I'm just saying like voice, right? So obviously people on YouTube, not like I don't have, I mean, I'm super glad that you guys are here in the London sessions and in New York. I'm super glad that we have a nice little community here. But I'm talking about the big streamers. They obviously have a much bigger voice. Like, I'm just a jellyfish here. No, not jellyfish. Actually, I am. I'm just a small guppy. In the ocean of YouTube streamers. The only way is live accounts. Otherwise, yeah, by the way, you have to decide what the end goal is. You want to be a prop firm trader, or you want to be a real trader. Now, obviously, as I said, it's a good vehicle to build up money. But at the end of the road, or the goal, is to trade your personal live account and make a living off from that account, or maybe multiple personal accounts. So that would be the end goal, I guess. And that's why, you know, one of the most important things, I think, and I'm just saying it as a personal opinion, not just to be profitable, so you don't have to think about the money all the time. Obviously, we all need money, I know, but to keep the account for like 30 days or 60 days, like keep that account. I just got I got a nice guy in Hungary. He called me up because he saw my channel, and I was talking with him, and he is starting out in trading, and he wants to make money, etc., etc. And I told him that, listen, the first thing that you have to do, you know, he just got a funded account, by the way, so he's good. He started out and he got a funded account already, and I told him that you don't focus on the money. Forget about the money. Just focus on keeping the account for 30 days, 60 days. Just keep the account. Because if you move once, you know, at the end of the road, you move to your personal account. That would be the ultimate goal, to keep the account and trade that. Imagine those. How much was the longest time that you were able to keep a trading account? Doesn't matter which prop firm. How much was the longest time? Ask yourself. The longest time you kept a funded account, and how many withdrawals you took from that funded account. I'm not gonna lie, the longest time I kept a funded account was 90 something calendar days. 92, 96, I don't know, something like that, calendar days. And it's not trading days, so almost like 3 months, basically 3 months. So that was the longest time, and then after I blew it because I got on tilt. So are you disciplined enough not go on tilt on a live personal account? Because, you know, you put in like $2,000 or $3,000 to a personal account, you take like $500 payouts here, 500 there, 800 here. You take like $2,000 in payouts in 2 months, but then you blow the account. It doesn't work. You know, it's not a good investment. So the first goal is to keep the account. Anyway, let me read the chat. Casual, hello there. Forgot to say hello, I think. On live accounts, otherwise, yeah. The way I see it, you should let your payouts get higher. Exactly. That's also, yeah, Tim. Yeah, I mean, yeah, shenanigans. So the prop firms are definitely giving you a good, very good benefits. Exactly. So you only lose the activation fee and the eval or account fee. So absolutely a good investment. You can, and anyone can say what you want, but trading, even if you're a good trader, trading with a prop firm is a very good investment. One of the best investments out there. If you know what you're doing, then absolutely a super investment. Especially if you're trading with multiple prop firms. Like you can just imagine, you can rotate those accounts. You can rotate them and take multiple payouts in a month with a very small investment, like a fraction of investment. If you just take 2 or 3 payouts from one funded account and then blow it up, it's still like a good risk to reward ratio, I think. So keep that in mind. So that's why we love prop firms also. Anyway. What does untilt? The untilt means that you go crazy, revenge trade, oversizing, and do stupid trades in a matter of a short time. Like you lose a trade, you immediately jump into another trade. You lose that one too. Like you basically blow up your account with maybe just a few seconds or just a few minutes. You go crazy, oversize, and blow up the account. Basically, that is. Cobb, hey there. Do you know your win rate and average risk reward? Well, since I'm having multiple accounts, like multiple prop firms, but my win ratio is like somewhere around, like I have trades with, but I don't have all my accounts there to follow up. But I would say on average 53% win ratio, 53. I would say so, above 50%, 53-ish, and average risk to reward is 1.2, 1.3. I try to aim for 1 to 2. That's the end goal. But I always take partials, which I'm gonna tell you something about this. Oh, look at that! We just reached the neckline of the 5-minute order block, just as we talked about this at the start of the stream. So when I look back to my trades, I outlined the 1 to 2 risk to reward, but I closed it earlier. For example, here, I should have kept the trade until here, but I closed it here. I don't know. So that's why my average risk to reward ratio goes down to 1.3. I take whenever you take partials, the risk to reward ratio is changing. So don't forget that. Whenever you take partials, the risk to reward ratio is changing big time. So I would say 1.3-ish. 1.2, 1.3, 1.2, something like that. Yeah, exactly like Ron says. I would go until no matter. Yeah. Button smashing, fat fingering the mouse button. That's it. I'm ready to short. I need confirmation. We don't want to take out Asia high. Well, if you want to go short, then I think it would be better to take out the Asia high. That's what I think. That's what I would think. Lizelle, I'm just reading the email. This is what I was reading. That's huge. Super positive, Lizelle. Oh my god. Let me give you an applause. Lizelle, I'm so relieved. I mean, finally something is happening. That is good. That is super good. Lizelle, I am so happy. Absolutely, Cobb. Thank you. Yeah, definitely have to have to stay focused, you know. That is so awesome. So, guys, if you don't know what I'm talking about, just I'm just outlining. I'm not going to go too much details, but Lizelle was having issues. She was trying to pull out money from Take Profit Trader, but the website glitched off, so she couldn't sign the document. So she couldn't click on the signed document page on inside the dashboard. And so she emailed multiple times to Take Profit Trader, and and this is so awesome. Yesterday we did a Zoom, and I also see that the website is glitching out. She couldn't push the button to sign the document to be able to withdraw money from her accounts. And it seems like the owner of Take Profit Trader replied to her assuring that it's going to be looked after, which is great news. Imagine that you have profits piled up on your accounts and you're unable to withdraw that, and this is just so great. I am super happy that the owner of Take Profit Trader has actually took matters in hand and replied to her. That is cool. I'm super happy. Definitely, Lizelle, 100%. And let us know. And I'm very happy. Patrick Whelan mentioned something new coming at Apex. Yeah, something. I wouldn't be surprised, Hawk, if it would be payout caps, or, you know, maybe they're going to present something like moving people to live accounts straightforward. I would even put a bet on this that Apex is gonna come out with a move to a live account stuff. Like, tell me that I mean, most of these prop firms are already having their business model pushing people to live account. Guess why? Because they don't want to pay out any more from their pockets. That's it. And Apex is gonna push it harder after this. We're going for Asia high, I think. 631.50. Good morning, 10 Trading. Good, thank you. Good luck to you too. Yeah, I saw him on Patrick Whelan's stream. He was a real genuine guy. As much as I saw him on that stream, and he was like talking all normal and very genuine and everything. So I think he was kind of cool, and that's why I am super happy that he personally answered to Lizelle. That is so cool. That is so cool, Lizelle. Apex did not have live account traders. I would say, Naomi, yeah, something like that. I would say that I think Apex didn't have anyone. Maybe just one or two people. I'm not sure, but I'm not sure. I think Patrick Whelan said something about Apex also a few weeks ago. Like, somebody was criticizing Apex about their, the monthly payout list. Like how much money they're paying out. And like Patrick Whelan said something like, how do you think they're paying out those people? Because they're also trading those on live accounts. But I don't know how he meant that exactly. But I'm not sure that Apex, I think, by the way, as much as I like Bulenox, I have no issue with them. But I think Bulenox doesn't have anyone on a live account. Don't tell this to anybody. Let's keep this a secret. But I think Bulenox doesn't have anybody on a live account. And I'm having my doubts about Apex too, to having like more than a few people on live account. So actually, I never ever heard anyone in the trading space trading with an Apex live account. So That being said, I have zero issues with Bulenox. I think they're awesome. No problem. They're cool, I think. I'm hoping for a payout for Wednesday. I requested the payout last week. So I'll keep you guys updated here on the stream. What day is it? Today is... Okay, so tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow is Wednesday. Let's see. Like, yeah. Tomorrow until New York PM session should be receiving some confirmation about that. So I'll keep you guys updated. Definitely. Last time we did that, I got paid out in the London stream on live. I showed you guys the payout on my phone that it just arrived to my bank. So they were always paying. Bulenox was always like a Swiss watch, like really on time, all the time. Yeah, the way he talked, he didn't have. Yeah, exactly. Like exactly. Fighter jets are flying above my house. You guys don't hear it anyway. I like the TPT CEO doesn't try to bullshit about the business. Very straightforward. Yeah. He also said I liked when the best part when he talked about the prop firm. He said that he is not able to bend the rules anymore. Like he was asking, do you guys want a prop firm that is going to go bankrupt in 2 months? Or do you guys want a sustainable payout policy? And I said, dude, no problem. Just do what you have to do. We want a sustainable prop firm for the long term. So he said, because everybody wants 1 day pass. Everybody wants lower targets. No, and they have the least amount of rules right now. Take Profit Trader. And I'm actually going to do a video about them because I've been told if I make a video, I can give away a few accounts, but that's a secret. So, as much as I can tell, Take Profit Trader has the least amount of rules, the best payout policy. Even if they push you to a live, I think, I'm just going to say it out loud. I think they are the best. I think. Yeah, so I've been told, but please keep this a secret. Keep it as a secret. If I make a review video, okay, I can give away Take Profit Trader accounts. Okay. Shh. Okay. So it's in the making. So that's what I said. Why I said at the start of the month, we're gonna start with some surprises. I would be able to give away some Take Profit Trader. Now the thing you will have to do if you want to apply for the giveaway, you have to use my code at discount check. I mean, just joking, but no, you don't know discount obviously. Anyway, so I don't know how many accounts, but I've been told there will be giveaways, not just one. So they're super awesome and they're cool. I think very good rules. So I just have to make a video. So yes, I am an affiliate, so sometimes I have to make some kind of a deal. So the deal is I'm gonna make a video about Take Profit Trader. But I think they deserve it because I think they're really a good prop firm. I wish I could tell a real bad thing. The only issue was with, like we were having, is like, for example, Lizelle was having this glitch on the website. But other than that, like we were having no issues with Take Profit Trader. So anyway. Did Bulenox say that there's a payout? They didn't say it, but they put it in the master account agreement. We don't know how it's going to be enforced. Yeah, I think we're going to go for the Asia high. Exactly, Naomi. Traders do figuring out the system. Yeah, exactly. Sure. When you get a payout, does it going to convert it? No. I have a dollar account and they send it in dollar and I receive it in a dollar account. So I convert it the way I want to. So that's the way I get it. So I do have a USD account, multiple USD accounts to be honest. So I have multiple USD accounts and I can convert it the way I feel comfortable with it or when I feel comfortable with it. But yeah. Heavy regulations will come to the preference page. They will have no people to like. Yeah, exactly. Like free account. I mean, giveaway time, you know, Ron. That's for the community. Take people live faster. Europe with no rules, just manage risk. Exactly. There you go, Dan. Apart from, yeah. The firm cannot lose money as you're not really trading. Exactly. Just simulated. Exactly, Elite Trader. Exactly. It's a secret. I have to talk about it softly. Yes, touch the highs. Okay, that it could be a possible reversal pullback here. I'm not jumping into a position. I had such a beautiful trade here. I traded it on Funded Futures network accounts. So where is it? I have to disconnect this. Where do I put this? Oh no. Oh, why I disconnected it? Anyway. Accounts. So Funded Futures. So these are funded accounts at Funded Futures Network, and this morning with this trade I made $182 on this one and $210 on the other account. I copy traded them. Now the payouts I'm waiting for is this account. I have almost 4,000 on this Bulenox account and almost 4,000 on the other Bulenox account. So hopefully we'll get it. Although I had a glitch on my account. In fairness to TPT, my payout was processed and approved. Yeah, that's a good thing. Yeah. Europe data out. What level is NQ VWAP? Let me show you. Here's the VWAP, the volume weighted average price indicator. The VWAP is somewhere around 552. The upper band is somewhere at the Asia high. Oh, Italian data. Okay. So this is the VWAP. The VWAP. We have the VWAP. Oh, by the way, we had the pre-market open. Oh my god. I totally forgot. I have to go to the barber shop. I just received the notification. Totally forgot about this. I have to go to the barber shop, guys. I just received my notification. Jesus. Renegade barber. This is the guy who's gonna cut my hair. So the guy is waiting for me at Renegade barber. His name is Adam. So I have to go visit Adam at Renegade barber. Oh my god. Totally forgot. Totally forgot. Yeah, nice 30 points dump here. Yeah, that's why I said, look at that 604. The neckline, I always take it as the safest target if you're looking for the order block. Do you take more trades on the 1 minute or 5 minute? I take more trades on the 1 minute, but my goal is to not to take more trades. My goal is to fine tune it to the 5 minute and maybe the 15. Everybody I've spoken to who is a better trader than I am, or in social media as far as I researched, the better and the good traders are not even trading on the 1 minute, except Michael Huddleston, but we all know. So, but anyway, everybody trades on 5, 15, and 1 hour charts, 30 minute. As far as I see it, like, or as much as I gathered information, but anyway. We all know Michael is saying like you can be super profitable on the 1 minute, even the 5 second chart, but too late now. He's a renegade. Yeah, that's what it's called, Renegade Barber. Yeah, if I don't show up at the barber, I'm in deep trouble. So I have to go, by the way. I got the notification. it's I'm glad they have a system for that. They send me a reminder that, hello, you have an appointment soon at Renegade Barber. In a Niemann, it means good haircut. Okay, Niemann. Okay, Niemann. Okay, I'll look into that. I need to get a haircut, guys, because I'm gonna be late. So I totally forgot about this appointment. I have to leave, everybody. I am so sorry. I have to get this haircut done. But thank you so much for joining. You can't refuse in 15 minutes. Yeah, it moves too slow. That if you hold it, you know, you might can. Thank you, everybody, for being here. It was a nice session. We had some good talks, and hope for you guys to join tomorrow as well. I'll be back for the New York session, right? So New York session is gonna be awesome. Please join me. There's so many. I mean, so we are having less viewers there. We need you guys to stop by. Anyway, thank you again. If you would like to support the channel, please consider to use my code tomsabo. It's the best cheat code for prop firms. You can get the best deals, the best discount for resets as well at MyFundedFutures. Extra 5% discount. Try it out. Take Profit Trader still has the sale going on. Bulenox is ending the sale tomorrow, so stack it up if you want to. Apex is still 80% off. And check out their, oh, by the way, the cheapest right now, the buy one get one for free. Check it out. $75 to 250K accounts. You can get it from FUNDEDFutures network, and no activation fee. Imagine $37.50 for 150K account with no activation. Try it out. Thank you so much, and God bless you all. I'll be back for New York session. Cheers, everybody.